Pacers 116, OKC 107. They take a 2-1 series lead and stun the Thunder. You know, Step, sometimes having too much of something isn't a good thing. All right. Because then you don't have, in this case, you don't have something that you could just go to. The Thunder all season long have been the best team. They've been praised for their depth, right? Anyone could go off for them. They can go to their bench. They play 10 guys. They all play together. Their defense is amazing. Yada, 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 yada. And that's worked for 95% of the season. But now when the pressure's on, and now when we're not in just single game regular season games across the, different areas of the country playing different teams every night, when you have to play the same team in a series, we're seeing the Thunder. When they get down or when this stuff gets close, they panic. And it's like they don't know who to go to. Yes, they can go to SGA, right? But if he's not cooking, and it's sad that a guy that scored, 24 points yesterday, and that's like a down game for him because he's usually scoring in the 30s. But when you have this wasn't like one of the losses like in game one, where it was a miracle for the Pacers to come back, but also you didn't get anything from your role guys. Like Chet got you 20. He was 0 for 6 from 3. Probably don't do that. You had Jalen Williams that got you 26. Those two guys show up. If you told me that, hey, all you told me was Jalen Williams got 26, Chet got 20, what do you think happened in this game? Well, they probably rolled, because those are the two guys that SGA kind of needs to get going. They got nothing from their bench. But it was that fourth quarter as the Pacers outscored the Thunder 32-18 in the fourth quarter. And as I'm watching it, I was about to bet OKC to come back with like 4.5 minutes left, and they're down 7. But I'm watching it, and I stopped myself from betting it because I'm like, well, first of all, the odds were only like plus 200. I'm like, well, that's silly. But they just looked lost out there. They didn't know who to go to. I don't know why Dagnall, the OKC head coach, he keeps substituting players to try to match Indiana's small size and pace that they like to play, especially in the fourth quarter, which is something that they haven't done all season long. And now I don't know if he just panics or what. He doesn't feel like he can have Dort out there, but when Dort out there, he's plus 15 on the court for the series. Oh, wait, not Dort. Sorry, not Dort. Hartenstein. Hartenstein only played 18 minutes last night, and this guy's been crushing it all season long for them. But if you go back to the start of this game, for the first 6 minutes of this game, OKC was dominating. They were playing big. Chet had like 13 points in the first 6 minutes of the game. And then next thing you know, by the end of the first quarter, OKC made a little bit, or Indiana made a little bit of a comeback, but then OKC pulled away. They win the first quarter 32-24, and you're like, okay, here we go. And then they slip up. They lose the second quarter 40-28. Come out, dominate. It's like once they have time to gather and talk, they have great quarters. Start of the game, start of the third quarter. But the second and fourth quarter, for some odd reason, this team just falls apart when the pressure's on, when Pacers give you that punch that you know that they're going to give you. And this just seems like this team doesn't know who to go to other than to SGA, but you have too many guys out there. And then when it's crunch time and the pressure's on, the coach is switching in lineups that they don't usually play. And you can see out there, the guys they're confused. They're not confident. And obviously being in Indiana, that's tough. And the Pacers just had momentum, man. They kept hitting. There was a couple, and this could have got out of hand way more than it did, because Pacers had some wide open threes that they could have just put the dagger in this game. But they still basically did that, but it could have been over. But yeah, hey, and congrats to the Pacers, man. I mean, everyone's counting you out. You're the underdog, biggest underdog to ever make the finals from preseason expectations. And here you are with a 2-1 series lead against the best team in the league. How about that? What'd you think of the game, Steph?
So you're saying basically you're saying Rick Carlisle's a good coach. He's making the adjustments.
Well, I want to ask you that. That's another thing I wanted to talk to you about. He seems like he's just a wizard out there, dude. He has that magical run with Dallas, right?
This is like 6th time coaching in the finals.
No, he hasn't. He hasn't. Rick Carlisle?
Yeah, maybe 5th time.
Well, this is his first time since the last time he won the championship.
No, I'm not saying winning championships. I'm just saying like coaching in finals.
No, but he went I believe he's gone 10 seasons in a row without winning a playoff series until now. I'll look that up. But go ahead.
He's 59 and 64 in the playoffs.
That's what I'm saying. He went like after they won that championship, he went 10 might even be all the way until now. Didn't even win a playoff series.
Maybe that includes just him overall, like as an assistant and everything. I don't know.
Probably. Either way, it's crazy because I mean,
I knew we were screwed though.
Okay.
When the book there was I think there was Bet MGM or something. There's a guy who just kind of talks about like where he's one of the bookmakers, or I don't know if he speaks on their behalf or whatever. But pretty much the book last night was loaded up. Everyone was on OKC a little bit. It went back and forth between OKC and Pacers, but the big thing was OKC money line on like hooked into parlays. So essentially, like if OKC would have won outright last night, or by 5.5 or whatever the spread was, they would have been screwed.
Yeah.
So I knew as soon as I heard him say that, I was like, the Pacers are going to win this damn game. Now, is that the same thing that happens tonight in the NHL game?
Oh, we'll get to the NHL game. Don't you worry, sir. Don't you worry. But I knew we were screwed when Trent miraculously won this bet on Ohtani or something yesterday. And in the moment, I think he was live, and in the moment he was so excited, he put $5,000 on OKC minus 5.5, and he's like, "That was stupid. Why did I just do that?"
The Ohtani bet hit. I saw him tweet something like he was like, "I'll show my balls to the internet."
No, he said, "I'll show balls."
And the bet hit, huh?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's just weird how after that game 2, everybody's ready to kind of write including us. We both thought OKC was going to come out and win this, when the Pacers would just steal one at home. Maybe in game 4.
Talk to chat for a second. I'll be right back.
Of course. You're gonna go make coffee? What are you doing? Okay. You saw last night in that finals game where everybody's thinking the same thing. OKC was gonna win, but I think Florida gets it tonight. How big of a favorite are they?
I think the same as game 1. We'll get into that here soon. I think they're like -1. All right, same as game 3, last game. Yes, but those are my thoughts on the Pacers Thunder. I did retweet some stuff last night that I thought was interesting. What's his name? Mather in there. This is another thing. The Pacers, to win this series, they're going to have 4 games where they hit their threes. They have had 2 of them where they've shot pretty well. You got 27 points from a guy named Matherin. I've never even heard of. He was 140 to 1 steps to be the leading scorer in game.
That's crazy.
That is insane. He came off the bench. The most points scored from a bench players in a finals game since Terry God, what's his name?
Terry Rozier?
Yeah, from the Mavericks.
That's a nice bet. I mean, there's probably a handful of people who hit that one.
Mm-hmm. Teams that go up 2-1 and with 2-1 win 81% of the times in the NBA Finals.
That's pretty big.
Yes.
Our
Now,
Pacer ticket on Kalshi's looking a little better. Needs to look better, but it's looking decent.
should probably cash out, huh? Just
No,
like that guy. Just like that guy. We
no,
should
I don't
probably
think
cash
so. I don't think we have enough value on it yet.
out. Okay.
I think we need to probably just ride it out.
At least through game 4, because I think there's a chance that after last night, I think there's a chance the Pacers can win game 4. Well, only 1 day rest. They've got the momentum from last night, and the Thunder just look so lost out there. SGA looked tired in the fourth quarter. They
Is
look
it a
like a
long
young
playoffs?
team. They look like a young team that just is lost and confused when the pressure's on.
Yeah, but the thing is, the Pacers aren't going to get 27 out of Mathurin again. I can tell you that. And the plus minus for OKC was so bad, like all the way up and down the lineup. Indiana's bench played really good.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I don't know. We'll see.
I just feel like Indiana has to play like such a great game to win like that, and OKC didn't even play like anywhere near their best game.
Yeah, but OKC is now 0-8 on the road against the spread. Like they just play terrible on the road. I don't know. Maybe I'm just looking too into it or into it too much because it is just one game. But God, like just like last night when you were saying everyone and their mother was on OKC, everyone and their mother is going to be on OKC in game 4. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Very,
We'll see
very
how tight the
interesting.
line is because I think a lot of the reason, I guess it was their first road game, so the line did change a lot. I mean, it went from like minus 11.5 down to 5. Like it was -5 at one point yesterday. No, not it didn't open at 11.5. I'm saying like the game in OKC, they were like the game 1 and 2, they were big, huge favorites. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah.
and I think that got people enticed to like I said, tie in. I mean, me and you you had your own little plus 1400 trying to show my plus 300 up, but
God, that
my
looked
plus 300, my first thought was OKC money line. Boom. You know,
oh, that would look so good, Steps.
well, I don't know about your four
Looks
legger. I
so
hit 2 out of
good.
the 3 legs of the 3 legger I gave you.
Um, I hit 2 out of 4.
Yeah.
Neesmith didn't hit his threes, which is weird. And then obviously OKC didn't win by 9. But Siakam got there and Halliburton got there, so I had that going for me. Yeah, we were looking good.
Bet we should look at for next game, just depending on how much value's on it. But TJ McConnell to hit a 3-pointer.
Mm-hmm.
He usually like takes 1 or 2 a game.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have to see what like how the odds work